What's up, everyone? How's it going? Andrew from Double MMA here, and well, this weekend we have kind of a fight that I feel like is maybe going under the radar a bit. Maybe it's a little bit the fight fatigue. Well, like last weekend we had John Jones versus Steven Miocic, Charles Oliveira, huge fights. Everyone was excited to see them. We had a fight night before that, and then I think it was like a week before that we had UFC 308. So like relatively speaking, we've had some very very stacked cards as of recently, and maybe everyone's fatigued, not been paying attention. But guess what we have this weekend? Jan versus Figueiredo. Look at that. In my opinion, this is a super big fight. It has huge implications for both fighters. We have Petr Jan, who finally got a win this year after pretty much losing for the last 2 years, unfortunately. Obviously some of those kind of hurt more than others. You had the Sugar Sean O'Malley fight, super close, arguably won. I believe he won, slightly though. And then the Aljo fight, thought he won too, but they gave the win to Aljo. And then Marab, that was just kind of a depressing fight. I don't even feel like talking about it. But he was going on quite a skid. Technically speaking, he's never lost to any low level competition. He's only lost to champions in Sean O'Malley, Aljamain Sterling, and now Marab Dvalishvili. And then he came back in March. He wanted to have a good fight. Came back to fight Song Yadong. And he had a very good fight. He won it, finally. Got another W to his name. I feel like the whole squad was happy for him. And we were excited to see what he did next. Maybe a Chito Vera rematch. Not rematch, but maybe Chito Vera fight. Maybe rematch Marab. Maybe fight Corey. Something along those lines. But everyone was pretty much booked up. Obviously, Sean fought Chito that night. And then Marab was obviously going to fight O'Malley for the belt next. Corey was going to fight Umar. And then Vera just fought that day. But then that's where Figgy comes in. Also, Jan did get injured, I believe, in that fight, so he needed a little bit of time off. But in the meanwhile, while Jan won that fight, Figgy, well, first, obviously, if you guys don't know, Figgy, he used to be the champion of 125. Had 4 pretty awesome fights against Brandon Moreno. Unfortunately, lost the quadrilogy. The record is, they had 1 draw: Brandon Moreno, Figgy, and then Brandon again. So Brandon technically got 2 dubs. Bro only got 1. Still pretty good fights though. Very competitive. But after the 4th Moreno loss, he was like, alright, screw this, man. I'm going up a weight. And late last year, almost a year ago now, he went up to 135. Rob Font looked very very good, way better than anyone would have thought. He got into the rankings, and people would think that, okay, he's in the rankings, let's see what he does next. For 300, they gave him Cody Garbrandt outside the rankings. Still a huge fight nonetheless, and was pretty good, but Figgy just destroyed bro. Good win. And then after that, I guess they're like, alright, thanks for doing that high level matchup, let's give you something better now. And they gave him, they gave him Chito Vera, who I believe was like ranked number 5 or 6 at the time, like pretty high in the top 10, if not like low top 5. And he took the fight, and he actually schooled Marlon Vera and even dropped him. Like, Sean O'Malley landed some of the cleanest knees of all time on Marlon Vera, but like did not drop him at all. Maybe hurt him here and there, but never hit the canvas. But Figgy with the right hand sat him down. Very very good win for Figgy. Sad for Chito, but very good win for Figgy. And that propelled them into this situation where now we have, what are they? Let's say the rankings right here. Let's see what Jan is. Okay, here we go. Number 3 versus number 5. Very much the next in line to fight for the title. Unfortunately, Marab Dvalishvili is holding up the division a bit. In my opinion, you know, he should be ready. He should have been ready to fight, possibly even December. Maybe that's a little bit too soon, but you know, like, the latest maybe February at the most, you know. But he said 6 months. Like, as soon as he won the title, it's like, nah, I'm taking a break, gang. I'm only fighting every 6 months because that's what everyone does. And everyone, I'm like, come on, bro, start defending the title. Maybe that's because I don't really like him as a champion. It feels weird to say. So I wanted to see him be more active. But then he started saying that he's not going to fight Umar. He's going to rematch Sean O'Malley for some reason. He's going to wait for him to come back, which will be up to summer of next year. And that is going to leave the division in such a lag. I hope the UFC forces his hand. Because after this weekend, he's going to have two number one contenders. And, you know, we'll see what the UFC goes with. I mean, I feel like, let's say Figgy goes out there or Petr Yan goes out there and finishes each other in such emphatic fashion that there is no discussion for who is next. Then I think they could jump the line for Umar. And then it all really depends into the politics that Merab wants to do. Cause let's say he does the BS of wanting to fight Sean O'Malley in summer of next year. Where does that leave the division? They're gonna be without a champion defending the rightful contenders for more than a year. Let's say on the like the bad end of stuff where that happens, that means that, in my opinion, I think that, let's say that happens and there's no chance for neither Umar or the winner of this fight to fight for the belt until like a year from now. Then why not book the winner of this fight versus Umar? You know, I think that would be, you know, the best course of option. Obviously pretty unfair to both people because I think they both will be rightfully deserving of it. Maybe Umar, I don't know. The thing with Umar is that, like, he defeated number 2 and that he, like, in theory that warrants a title shot. But at the same time, he hasn't really, like, run the title. But Sean O'Malley did the same thing. Sean O'Malley got the title shot. Sean O'Malley won, and everyone kind of liked him as champ. So maybe the same thing will happen here. You know, I won't be complaining too much. The only reason I will be complaining maybe slightly is if they get a more emphatic fashion here. This might be the same situation with Sean Strickland and Duplessis, where Sean's getting the fight because, you know, he defended his #1 status or whatever. You know, he's gonna fight for the rematch. But then we had Hamza dominate Robert Whittaker, which is way more impressive. But he's not gonna get the fight next, or maybe he does. You know, who knows? But I think we might run into a similar situation here. But enough yapping about the bantamweight title picture. Let's talk about this fight. How do I see it going down? So we have a really precise striker in Petr Yan with very good trips, very good wrestling, not too much offensive like grappling, but good on like taking people down and punishing them. And then we have Figgy, who is like a pretty good overall person. He has very good jiu-jitsu, very good striking, a lot of power, and like I think the biggest thing that people are surprised about is that his power carried over to this new weight class. Like I said, he sat down Marlon Vera, which is very impressive. And who's older? I think Figgy is way older than him. Does it say right here? I guess not. I think Figgy is older. I think he's like on the tail end of his career, which is something you don't want to see in the lighter weight divisions, because, you know, obviously the younger you are, the better. You have more fast twitching fiber muscles. You're able to fight for longer. But Figgy has been looking really good. I guess, you know, at the bottom of my heart, I don't want neither of these guys to lose, man. They're like so cool to me. I like them both. But, you know, someone has to lose. Who do I see losing? Hard to say. This is tricky. You know, the odds will have you think that that Petr Yan is gonna destroy a dude, and you know he has a very good chance of doing so. He's very fast and very powerful. We've seen that Moreno was kind of getting Figgy with a lot of the boxing and even like the grappling. But I think technically grappling wise, like when it comes to submissions and stuff, I think Moreno might have the edge over Petr Yan in that aspect. So I don't expect him to wrestle that much because I think Figgy is better in the grappling than Jan. If anything, I think the way to victory for Figgy is to keep it clean on the feet, look for the takedowns, look for the submissions, and work from there. Rack up points, if not finish him. And I think in the case of when it comes to striker versus grappler, I think the grapplers always have a better chance of winning. And I kind of hate to say it, but I think Deiveson Figueiredo just might win this. I think him as an underdog is a pretty good bet to make. I think I might do it, sprinkle maybe 20 bones on it just to see if I get rich. But it's such a hard pick to do because, like I said, these guys are super good and I love them so much, and like realistically any one of them could win. But I don't know, I feel like my intuition and my heart is telling me that Figgy's gonna win. I feel like he's just more experienced, he's coming off more momentum, less injuries. He's been looking incredible in this division. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but don't get me wrong, if Jan just schools him on the feet and shows him his wrestling that he might improved it and he's way better, then great. But if he's still the same where I don't know, he had this tendency where you would strike him and he would raise his guard up like this, and that's what led Marab to take him down so much, because he would raise his hands up and he wouldn't be able to defend the takedowns. If he's doing some of the same, then I think Figgy can just take him down and start earning points, and besides maybe inflicting damage, looking for submissions. But yeah, I don't know. I think the more I think about it, the more I'm feeling that Figgy might get this done, and that's gonna be my decision. Hopefully he wins. I think that's gonna be an epic story for him, epic redemption after the hell that was the Brandon Moreno quadrilogy. Like I said, I hope they both win for no reason. It's possible, but dude, I want both of them to win. I don't know. My heart's telling me that Figgy's gonna win. If you guys agree with the video, let me know down below. If you guys are new, subscribe. Thank you so much for all the support. The last time I made a video, we were at 250, and now we're almost at 260. That's insane, bro. Thank you so much again. But this has been Angel from WMA. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.